Welcome back to Houston Life. Staying organized around the house is a daily struggle for most of us. I feel like that's talking directly to me, of course. There's always that one spot that turns into the catch-all for everything. The papers, the keys, the bag, the shoes, the entire works.
Maybe it's the kitchen table or the dining table.
Yes.
We're gonna fix that. So you can get organized and create a space that is both functional and stylish. Houston-based interior designer Paul Brockman is here with some designer tips to get you started. Paul, it's been a minute since we've seen you. Welcome back to the show. We always love having you. This is something truly that whether it's next to the back door or the dining table, sort of the first flat surface that people encounter at home, they're gonna put all their stuff. You say, let's be intentional about it and create, what, a drop zone or a drop spot?
Exactly. I call them drop zones, and I work with a lot of professional, organizers when I do home remodels, and so much of it is encompassed in cabinets and pantries, but I think you should have a visible drop zone. So that's what I've created here. Just in any size you have, you can create one. So it's got a place for your glasses, your phone, your keys.
Your wallets, I see.
And then I even put in a charging station here for your phone, your wearable, your earbuds. And as all of the experts say, the minute, and we all have trouble with this, right? The minute your mail comes in, you should do an instant sort, no piling up, right?
Oh.
So I know that's tough. This is tough. And I suffer from this. This is very difficult, but I have found a way. And so they say the best way to do it is go through your mail. So let's say you get a catalog or a bill. If you don't have time to go through the whole catalog, just go ahead and get a Post-it note, and mark it for later. If you have a bill, Derek, if you want to show them this wonderful. This is from our friends at the Container Store, and what it is it's a collapsible file folder, and you can make your own labels. And what they suggest is that you just go ahead, and this is my favorite part, it collapses.
Look at that. Hopefully I'm doing this correctly.
And you can snap it. No, you're doing it perfectly. And you can actually take it on the go with you. So you can use it for projects as well.
Look at that.
I love it because it hangs on. You can put a hook anywhere. And what I do, since I still get magazines, I'm still kind of like in the old world, but and I love like a great recipe. So what I do is I'll just rip it out, put it under recipes, and then when it comes time for dinner, you've got a great recipe that you can just run to and get.
And so perfect with your labels right here as well, Paul.
But one of the most important things, and this is a safety issue also, that this is very interesting to me, and I just learned about this, but this is called a Faraday box.
There's a small version
and
here.
Yeah, they come in different sizes, and I think so this is your key drop zone, and everyone who has a car that has a push button to start, which most of them do, means you have a key fob, right? What we don't know, or a lot of people don't know, is that these are constantly transmitting, right?
A signal.
A signal. You don't have to activate it.
Right.
So this Faraday box blocks the transmission. So if you don't have one of these, and this happened to a neighbor of ours, their car was stolen, and they didn't even break into their house. They just, they just got the code, from
by scanning with a piece of technology.
Yeah. And then they were able not only to get into the car, but they were able to drive away with it.
Unbelievable.
No broken glass, nothing. So anyway, and they also make a portable one for your purse.
Oh, wow.
So you can put your keys in here and travel. So, and I just think that's really not only...
It's very convenient.
And it also, for me, I'm always having trouble finding my keys. So it's great to have a drop spot for your keys, plus it's safe, and it's a nice place to have them. And then also just create a quick place to put your glasses, sunglasses, phone.
I like that it's neatly contained in one box. So at least if you get all the things in this box, you know that it's not being scattered all throughout the kitchen counter.
And then everything else, either put it in the recycle or shred it.
All right, well, let's talk about hospitality for your guests when they come over.
Sure. Yeah, this is another zone that I think, again, organizers work on, but I like to put it out in the open so it can be part of your decor. That's what this whole segment is about. So this is what I call I mimic like a high-end hotel, and this is something great that anyone can do. You can put this in your primary bedroom, but I suggest you put it in your guest bedroom if you have one. And for your guests, what it allows them to do is, this is all self-contained, 100%. You can make a cup of coffee or tea have a snack, have a Topo Chico,
Okay.
you know, have a drink if you want. I even say, you know, get an ice bucket, fill it up with ice right before they get there. And, you know, what it allows is that your guests can have a nice hot cup of coffee with creamer. I even do the flavored syrups. And, you know, they can have, before they want to maybe come down and join the rest of the group.
Yeah.
And have a few snacks, just like you would in a nice high-end hotel.
It's
and
perfect.
I think I spent less than $50 on this.
It is
So,
beautiful.
Wow.
yeah, and it really works well, and I think your guests will appreciate it because it shows that you went
The extra mile, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So,
Moving on to some cleaning items. I know we got a couple more things we got to power through here, Paul.
Sure.
So the cleaning station, cleaning has come a long way, and there are sustainable, better options we can use at home.
yeah, I know. I'm just so sick of plastic. It's just, you know, the big, huge bottles that we just use and then we just toss in the recycle. And plus, they take up so much space on your countertop. Well, this is from our friends at the Container Store. It's called Blue Land, and it is their slogan I love is buy once and refill forever. So, Derek, if you want to show everyone how easy it is, really all you do is you just take this
Here, you step a little
This is a bathroom cleaner then.
Okay.
And you've just filled what in here? Just water?
It's just water.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a tablet, and you're going to just drop it in.
Oh, I see. So the tablet is sort of like the refill that you have.
Yeah, and all you do is you just rebuy the tablets. And then everything else is ready to go. And this is all green. They have a multi-surface, they have a glass and mirror, they have a bathroom cleaner, and they even have a hand soap. So you don't even have to rebuy all the hand soaps. And that's, I think, is such a great thing. So you're not buying these bottles and throwing them away, and so you're good.
Very
My
nice.
favorite thing that they've come up with is a paper towel holder.
That's cute.
That comes in these great colors to match your decor. This is in gold. And inside, it's got the spray.
Oh, that's perfect.
So-
All right, so really quickly,
Very
I don't
nice.
want to miss out on the pets because I need to get to this.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, everyone has their pets, so I like to create a little zone for our pets, you know, with our leashes.
Yep.
Have a nice little container you can put your treats in.
Doggy bags,
And
I
then
see.
what I do is we put this right by our front door. It's got the leash, the bags, and a little flashlight. And then when our guests come over, I just cover it up and put a candle on it.
It looks beautiful.
It's nice, but it's right by the front door where you need it. And you can just do a quick turnaround, and it looks like a piece of decor.
This is great too. It reminds me of what we organize our human food in the
Right.
pantries. Why not do the same for your pets? As we go to break too, Paul, because we're going to do more outdoors later, show us how this seat sets up. This is extra storage, but also a way to create extra seating.
I did not expect that
He
to
showed
do
me
that.
before the show.
This is my favorite thing. This is also from our friends at the Container Store.
Oh,
and the
wow.
thing I want to show you is that it is actually a viable seat for an adult to sit on. And it's a 16 by 16 by 16 storage unit. So, and it can collapse and get out of your way.
That's that. Wow, that's
nice.
really, really neat.
Yeah.
I like that.
Great ideas, Paul. So, Paul, you're going to stick around with us. Later, we're going to move outside. Those outdoor patios
Okay.
need some help before
Yes.
summer. From landscaping to lighting, he is sharing his expert tips to help you freshen up your outdoor areas. Perfect for summer. Welcome back to Houston Life. We have moved to the patio with our friend, interior designer Paul Brockman.
The Patio. He is helping us get those outdoor spaces ready for summertime, which is upon us, and starting with a great tip to add a little green to your patio using turf.
Fake turf as to to make it even easier. Everybody, I think, knows about this now, but it's available everywhere in your big box stores, and it's just an easy, great way to add some green space to a patio, a balcony, and I highly recommend it.
And prices are coming down because there's more competition now. It's looking even more and more realistic than it did even a few years ago.
Yeah, I have clients who just put in their entire backyard so you can't even tell it's fake.
Beautiful.
But that's something you'd put on top of cement, not on top of actual grass,
You
right?
can put it on top of cement, or you can put it on a sand base, and it doesn't freeze. It doesn't have to be watered. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be mowed. It's just maintenance free.
I love it. Sign me up. Okay, outdoor lighting. This is something that's also come a long way, Paul.
Yeah, you know, and I discovered this, and this came into vogue during the pandemic during New York when all the restaurants had to move outside.
Okay.
And so, you know, they couldn't run cords out. So what they did is they just brought the lighting to the table, and these are all rechargeable LED lights. And, you know, the thing I want to point out is they're not just for outdoors. Like, this is a really good looking lamp.
Yeah.
And I have an area in my house, in my dressing area, that doesn't have a plug. So that's my lamp.
It's genius. And it just plugs in to recharge?
Yeah, and then once a month I recharge it.
And
It's
then
got a little,
it's wireless.
got a little base. And then, of course, you can't, these are just classic, you know, the
Bistro lights.
Yeah, the bistro lights. And you can, they're LED now, so you can connect up to 24 strands back to
Let
back.
me tell you something about bistro lights. They're my favorite look on a patio.
It's
of
so
all time.
Texas.
It's so Texas. It's
Yeah.
so warming. It's so lovely. And you can legit string them from wherever in your
They're great.
backyard. It is amazing. I
Yeah.
love them so much.
And then my next favorite tip is, you know, all this melamine, which I don't know, but I always have to do the little fingernail tap because this looks and feels like glass.
But shatterproof.
But it's shatterproof. You can bring them inside. You know, you can use them inside. They look nice enough. But of course, they're great for outdoors because they're unbreakable. And you know, they also make plates and bowls. So you know, you can have a really nice looking place setting outside, and you just don't have to worry about it breaking.
Paul, I love your ideas because they're so simple. I would be the guy juggling the pitcher
the
and the glasses. And no, but just get a little inexpensive tray that you can use as part of your presentation in your outdoor
Well,
space.
and I love this tray too because it's really sturdy and it's, you know, it's got nice big handles, so you could actually, you know, use it to bring out some cutlery and
Beverages and stuff.
And makes for easy cleanup too.
Okay,
Just
we're going
load
to
up.
move on to something I'm sure Derek is not going to approve of, but I love the idea.
Hey, I have an open mind, but faux flowers, Paul, freak me out.
I'm going to win you over.
Okay.
So my landscape architect I work with took me on a tour of some of his properties after the freeze, and the first thing I noticed was that there were flowers everywhere, and I couldn't believe it. And he said, well, Paul, everything died, you know, but some of the greenery was still there. So he said what he does is he just buys and sticks in regular faux plants.
So he adds to the
Mix and
rear.
match.
Mix and match. And see, when you mix and match the real and the faux, you cannot tell the difference.
No.
And the beauty of this is these natural flowers are going to go into decline in about a week or two. The greenery will still be here. And I say, go pick your favorite flower, some of them that don't even grow well here in Houston. Maybe it's too hot for hydrangeas.
Like hydrangeas, yeah.
Right.
And you can go ahead and do it. Now this is one I wanted to show you. It's from Ballard Design. I bought this. This is all fake.
Normally, there's no way that I'd be able to lift this.
I was like,
You
he's
know
He-Man.
that.
Wow, he's strong.
I know, look at that. Because it doesn't have dirt in it.
Yes,
And you don't have to water it. And it's been outside. I've had this for about 6 months. It still looks brand new. So it's just a great way to keep the color in your garden.
I love the idea.
And these are $1.50 to $2.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And coupled with these beautiful mini petunias here, it
and
does
if you
work.
mix the real with the faux have really come, you know, a long way.
Yeah.
And you cannot tell the difference, I promise you. So I'm going to win you over.
I think you
I
just
think you
did,
did.
Paul Brockman. Very nicely done.
you.
Thank you for all the ideas. It's great to see
It's
you.
a pleasure to be here.
We'll see you again soon. He's a busy man, so we appreciate your time, Paul. And we do have a link to connect with interior designer Paul Brockman on our website. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section right on the homepage.
Houston Life will be right back.